Hello guys, welcome to my this video. My name is Anuruddh and today in this JavaScript tutorial I will show you how to make counter on scroll, or you can say how to trigger particular section on scroll. Okay, so here I will show you the preview first of all. So here you can see the four section. Okay, four div you can say it. Okay, and here all in the all div there is a counter. Okay, so now here I will go to top, and here I will scroll in the section and it will reach up that particular section, so that time counter will start. You can see counter will start again. If I disappear this section, so counter will stop and it will be 0, and again it will appear, so counter will start. So this means here I'm triggering this particular section and I'm just counting those things. Okay, so in this video I will show you how you can do that, and here I have written the custom JavaScript code and I will explain it very easy way, so you can understand this code and you can implement in your project as well. So guys, if you find this video is helpful and you want this kind of content, so please subscribe my channel and also like this video. Now I will move to my Visual Studio Code Editor. If you don't have Visual Studio Code Editor, either you can install or you can use any other editor. So guys, here I have opened index.html file and style.css file. This is external CSS file. So this link I have added here, and here I have added already a basic HTML structure, and I am assuming you know the basic HTML structure. So now inside this body tag here, first of all I will create some basic HTML, okay, for this scroll animation. So here I will write section class name I will write main. By the way, you can write any class name as per your choice, and here I will write id also I will write main, but you can write any other name also. So in this class I will write CSS, and in this main id, this one I will use for the JavaScript purpose, because when I will reach in this section, so that time animation will trigger. Okay, so that's why I have taken one id. And now inside this section here I will write container. It is a custom container. Okay, don't think it is bootstrap container, because here I'm not using bootstrap. So in this container I will write the custom CSS. So container, and inside this container I will write deep class count heading. Okay, and in this here just I will add hyphen. Okay, it will easy to understand, that is count heading. Okay, this is class name. By the way, without hyphen you can write this class name as well. Okay, and now here I will write deep class count. So initially I will write 1, but when I will reach in this section, so that time the count will start to increase. Okay, so how many time it will increase means how long it will increase. So that for that here I will take one data attribute. So max data. By the way, this is attribute, custom attribute. So it is not mandatory like you have to write max data. You can write anything. Okay, but here I have written max data because maximum how much it will go. So, okay, because count will start from 1, but how much it will go. So here I will put the value, that is 100. And now here I will write what I'm trying to show here. Okay, so this one projects, like how many projects done by this company. Like suppose this is the company's website. Okay, so how many project is done by this website? So 100 projects. So that I want to show by animation. When I will reach in this section, so that time it will start from 1 and it will end up to 100. When it will reach 100, it will end. Okay, animation will end. So now same way I will just copy and paste. I will not type manually, because here just I will change here project. Suppose this one clients, how many clients this company worked. Okay, so this is clients, and this one I will change like 200. Okay, and this one will be same because it will start initially from 1. Now again I will just copy paste. Okay, 4 times I will do it. Okay, but as per your requirement you can make it. And now here suppose this one I will write 260. Okay, and this one block, suppose this website have written some block, so how many blocks have been written? So like this. Okay, and again I will copy, and here you can write another something like first of all here suppose 280, and here you can write anything like suppose reviews. Okay, how many in this company some reviews they are having. Okay, so how many reviews, so you can show like this way. Okay, now if I come here and refresh, so it is looking like this. So now here first of all I will add some CSS. So here in the style, here I will add body tag, because by default we write CSS for body tag padding 0, because it just contains some CSS like padding and margin by default, so I will make it 0, margin is 0. Okay, and now after that here if you notice container. Okay, in the main class here you can write some CSS or you cannot. Here suppose if I write in the main class any CSS like background color. Okay, so background color, here I will add some color. So I will hover to suppose from here I will choose this light sky color. Okay, and I'll save and show you. Here you can see it is looking like this. Okay, and no CSS. Okay, I will add padding as well, it will look better. So padding, here I will add 20 pixel from top and bottom, and left and right is 0. Okay, now I will add the CSS for container, just for adding space in left and right. So container, and here I will write padding is 0 from top and bottom and 5% from left and right. But guys, here I want to clear one thing, that is those CSS are not mandatory for this functionality purpose. Okay, just for making, just for make look better, that's why I'm adding some CSS. Okay, but the functionality, the main thing I will start later. So now here you can skip those part. Okay, if you know this kind of thing, so you can skip this one. And here I will write display flex, because whatever I have written inside container like those count heading, so that will be a same line. So that's why I have written display flex. So now you can see it is coming one by one, but here while I have written display flex, and if I refresh, so it will come in the same line. You can see it is like this. Okay, so now here in the count heading I will make it some space. Well, I have written display flex, so it is coming line by line, but no space between those count heading. Okay, so now here I will add some space. So count heading, and here I will write flex 1, means all the count heading it will take equal space 1. So you can see it will come like this. Okay, and now here I will write the font size. Font size is 40 pixel, and 40 pixel I will make it. And here after that I will write text align. Text align is center, so all the text will come in center. Here if I refresh, so you can see it is like this. Okay, now you can easily understand, like when I will scroll this thing, so you can easily understand this counter. Okay, so now here after that I will write border. So just for understanding purpose, here I will write border 2px solid, and I will add one color. So RGB, the color code, here I will write 194. This is actually red color code. I am writing 19 and comma 19. Okay, and the background color I will write here as well. So background, you can use background or else background color, whatever you want. So RGB color I will use for background also. So 67, here I am writing for the brown color code. Okay, and 3. So this is the color code, and if I refresh, so you can see it is looking like this. Okay, and those font color I will change it to white. So here I will write the color is white. Okay, now it will look much better, and you can easily understand the counter. Okay, when it will reach up to this section. And now here count, this one is count. Here I will write one CSS. So I will paste this count class, and the font size is 44 pixel, means this counter I will increase font size little more. You can see, so it will more clear 44, or else if I can write 48 also, it it will be more easy to understand, you can see. Okay, so now here initially this section on the top. Okay, so here I cannot show on scroll, so that's why this section I have to make it bottom, but I will do it later. First actually I will write the functionality now. Okay, so here I will write script tag, because when we write the functionality, I mean in JavaScript, so that time we use script tag. Okay, so now here I will write one variable name is count equals to, and inside this count variable I will write document dot get element by class name. Okay, so the class name is count, you can see. So I will paste here count. Okay, and now here I will write another variable increment. Okay, this one actually will increase. Okay, so here this variable I will take an array, because here if you notice count 4 times, you can see here. Okay, means 4 times it will increase. Here if I show, so count, those are the count. Okay, so count is 4 times, so that's why here for 4 times it will increase. Okay, so I have written one array, because here I can store 4 count, but in variable I can store only one thing. But when we write an array, so that time I can store multiple things, right? So that's why I have written one array. Okay, and now here I will write one function. The function name you can write anything. So here I will write the function name is interval function. Okay, like this. By the way, you can write, again I'm saying, you can write this function name anything. Okay, and those variable name also you can write anything. Here it is not like that this class name is count, so that's why I have written the variable name is count, but it is not like that. Okay, you can write any other name as well. And after that, here I will write one for loop for let I. Why I am writing for loop, that I will explain as well. First understand. Okay, now I less than count dot length, okay, and I plus plus. So why I'm writing for loop, count means this one. Okay, this variable name, not this class name, because this class I already have stored in this variable. So now I will work with this variable. Okay, and now guys, here why I have written for loop, because count is not only one time. If it would be on one time, so that time not required to write for loop, but here while it is multiple time, like for me I have written count is 4 times. Okay, so that's why here for reaching 1 to 4 we need to write one loop. So here I'm using for loop. By the way, you can write for each loop, any other thing also, while loop, but here I have written for loop. Okay, and now here I will write increment, I mean this variable. Okay, in this variable I will push, that is 1. Okay, because here count will start from 1. So here in this array I have pushed 1, means when if I console this increment, so what you can see, you will see 4 times it added 1 in this array. Okay, so now I will save and I will come here and open console. Okay, you can see here 4 times it will push 1 in this array. So if I refresh, so guys, here it is not reflecting in console, because here just one thing I missed. I have created one function, but I did not call this function. Okay, so that's why I have to call this function. So now I have called this function. Okay, so if I go to console and refresh, so you can see count first 1, then 2, 3, 4. So at the end it's store 4 1. Okay, in this array. Why? Because this loop I have written increment push 1 inside this loop, and this loop it's going up to 4, because count dot length means it is 4 times, right? So it will start from 1, then 2, 3 here, then 4. So that's why it is printed like this, 1 2 3 4. Okay, means count, I mean this 1 pushed 4 times. So now while it is 4 1 already pushed, so I can increase those 4 1. Okay, and I can assign here. Okay, so for that guys, here I will now remove this console. Okay, and here I will write one condition, if increment I, means this array. Okay, this I not equals to count I means guys, here if I print this count I, so you will find those, I mean this one 2, it will be printed. Okay, so here I am writing one condition. Okay, when increment I means one like this one array incrementing 1 2 like this. So while like one here first means, now here if I write dot get attribute, you can understand, then get attribute. Okay, get attribute, because here I have to take this attribute, because how long count will go up to those. For this one it will go up to here, this one it will go up to here like this. Okay, so here I will take this like this. Okay, and this one curly braces. So here count increment I, it's not going count I dot max data. So increment I means first it will be 1, means this one. If I show, so this one, okay, increment I first, so it will check when it is not increased up to this max data. Okay, because I have written the same condition like this. Okay, so it is not increased up to this, so it will increase. So same way, next count increment I means this one. Okay, so this one, while it will not go up to this one, because here count I get attribute max data means it will now second one. Okay, like this way it will check, so it will not go up to like that, so it will count this increment I will be increase plus like this. Okay, and at the end here I will write like count I dot inner HTML, because I have to print this thing. Okay, so inner HTML equals to this increment I. Okay, so now save. So here if I refresh, so you can see it started incrementing, but it is only one time 2, but I have to increment up to this get this one max data. Okay, so that's why this function I can call inside set interval, because set interval execute whatever time I will provide. Okay, so that's why here I will not call this function, I will call this function inside set interval, and I will provide one time. Okay, now it will execute this function again and again after this time. Okay, so now save and refresh. So see, it is increasing. Okay, and it will be end when the max up to max data it will reach up. So you can see the first one 100, so now it is end. Okay, so second it is like that. See, it will go up to the max data means 200, second one it will go, see 200, it is end. Like this way it is working. Okay, so guys, this is very simple thing I have done here, but our motive is not initially it will start to reload. I mean it will start to count, means when I will reload our page it will start to count. It is not our motive. When I will scroll and it will reach that particular section, so that time it will start to count. Means here now here I will write another div. Okay, div, and I will add one style height. So height I will mention 1000 pixel. Okay, so now this section will not appear initially. First it will be a height 1000 pixel of this div, and later it will appear. See, but guys, if I show you, like after reloading here, if I scroll, so see it's already started to increase, but our motive is when this section will reach like this, so that time this increment will start. Okay, so for that guys, here I have to write some other conditions. So that's why I have taken one id main, because when it will reach in this section, so that time this set interval will start. So initially I will not call this set interval. Okay, so here now I will write another variable main, and here I will write document dot get element by id. Id is main, okay, which I already copied from here. Okay, now after that here I will write scroll function, because when I will scroll and the section will reach, so that time it will start to count. Okay, so on scroll and equals to function parenthesis and curly braces, and after that here I will write one variable where top element. Okay, so variable name, again I'm saying you can write anything. Okay, now here I will just write main, means this variable, not this one, because this id name I already assigned in this variable. So now I will work with this variable. Okay, so main dot offset top. So what is offset top? Offset top means it will detect our top position of this element. Okay, so that is offset top, because I have to write this kind of condition, like window, this is window. Okay, so bottom of this window means this one, when this bottom of this window and this top of this element, means top of this element will be increase the position from bottom of this window, and when it will go from here, means in top, so that time means when it will disappear, means this element will disappear, means when this bottom of this element and top of this window, it will be less. Okay, so that time I have to write this condition. Okay, so here I write top element and bottom element. So bottom element and main dot offset top plus main dot client height, means height of this element. Okay, so this is bottom element and this is top element, and now I have to calculate the Windows top element and Windows bottom element. Okay, I mean Windows top position and bottom position, not element. So top screen. Okay, here now here I will write window dot page y offset. Okay, window dot page y offset. So now this way I will get the position of our top position of our window, means this one. Okay, top position. Now I have to get the bottom position of window. So here I will write where bottom screen. Okay, so same way here I will write, like here also I have written offset top and the height. Okay, so same way I will write window dot page y offset. Okay, page y offset plus window height. So the method is window dot inner height. Okay, so by this window dot inner height method I will get the height of this window, and client height means I will get the height of our element. Both are the different. Okay, window dot inner height means Windows height, client dot inner height means some element height, like div, section, whatever you will write. So that height you will get by client height, like this. Okay, and offset top means elements top position, and here y offset means Windows top position. Okay, those you have to remember. Now here the main condition I will write. So if and else, here I will write else. Okay, so in the if condition I will write bottom screen. Okay, bottom screen. So the variable this one means this bottom screen. So in this bottom screen, when it will increase from top element. Okay, and here I write and top screen. Here I write when it will decrease, I mean it will less than, not decrease, increase. Okay, it will more, I mean top screen, bottom screen will be more from top element and top screen will less from bottom element. So that time here I have to call our function. Okay, so because this function will trigger when it will reach, because by this condition I am getting when it will reach our section, so I will call this function. Okay, and another thing guys, see here, first earlier I have written set interval, okay, initially, but here now here I have to write the set interval, because on scroll, when I will scroll and reach, so that time set interval function should be triggered. So here I will write set interval and this fat arrow function like this way, and here I will set our time. Okay, so set interval two ways you can define. Suppose you want to call only function, so earlier I have shown like this way, set interval and the method name, suppose method name is func, and the time like this way. But here inside this set interval I'm not calling only function, okay, I'm calling some condition also, so that's why here I have to declare set interval like this way. Okay, fade arrow function by fade arrow function, or simple function you can define, but you have to define like this way. So now this same thing, okay, same thing I have to call here inside this. Okay, so just I will right click and format document, it will arrange my code. And now if I just come here and reload, and now if I scroll down, see, now it is started. I hope guys you can notice. Okay, so again I'm reloading and I will wait for some times. If it would be start initially, so that time the counter will be end, but if it start when I will reach up to this section, so that time if it start, then counter will not end. Okay, so here I have waited for some time. So now if I scroll and reach, so counter, if counter stop, I mean then it is not working, but if counter start means it is working. Okay, see now counter started. Okay, you can notice. Okay, if I just increase the time, then you can better understand. So now here see, counter is not started. Okay, if I reach in this section, then counter will start. You can see now counter started. Okay, more than if I increase, so you can understand more. Okay, now if I do, see, counter still not started. After say some second, whatever I have provided, 10,000 millisecond, so then counter, see, counter started. Hope it is clear. Okay, so now here I will make it 100. Okay, and the thing is here, see, after 10,000 millisecond counter increasing. Okay, so the another thing is, whatever I want to show, that is main important thing. Okay, so the thing is, now I have added 100 again. Okay, so something I have to write in the else part also. Okay, so what I have to write, that is important thing. Now suppose if I reload, see here you can notice also, right, counter is not started yet, but if I reach up to this section, so now counter is started and it is end here up when it reach 100. But see, it is 100, but in counter stop, I mean it is not going more up more than 100, but here see, it set interval function it is not stopped, right? Interval function it is still going on, but it's printed 100 again and again. So that is the problem. Okay, so I have to remove set interval function, because if it run in background, so our performance of our site, it will be down. So that's why I have to remove, I mean I have to stop this interval. So that's why here where, and this set interval function I have to store in a variable. So variable name can be anything. So when this section, I mean this section will disappear. Okay, when it will appear, so that time it will call this function, but when it will disappear, so that time I have to stop this set interval. So the method is clear interval and timer. Okay, so now if I save and come here, so now guys, when I'm scrolling and this section reach in our window, so that time counter is starting, and when it is disappear, so counter is stopped. Okay, so again when I will scroll and this section will reach, so again counter should start, but here it is not starting from a beginning. Okay, because it's already reached 100, so that is displaying. So for that guys, in the else part again I have to make it like earlier. Okay, means this increment will be 1. Okay, then it will start from 1 again. While it is reaching 100, I mean from up to those max data, so that is printed. Okay, so again I have to make it 1. Okay, so and in this and also in this count here I have to print 1 in again. So that's why here this loop I have to copy. Okay, I have to copy after clear this set interval, and now here I'll write count I dot inner HTML equals to 1. Then it will, when it will disappear, so that time it will print 1 again. Okay, and this increment it's already added the max data. Okay, so that's why this increment array I have to make it blank. Okay, so for that here I will write equal, and this array means it will blank again. So now you can understand. See, if I reload, so now counter is not started, it is 1 initially. If I scroll and reach, counter is started and going up to max data. If I disappear this section, so see it is 1 again, and increment value also reach 1. That how can I understand? When I will scroll up again, so see counter started again. Okay, so when it will appear, it will start, and when it will disappear, it will stop. Okay, you can see. Hope guys you have enjoyed this video, and if you find this video is helpful, so please like this video and also subscribe my channel to get more update, and also share with your friends who require this kind of